Alright, I got a lot done today. Drove the car around a little bit. The truck tensioner doesn't sit right. I think I showed in the other video how it sits too far forward, and the belt did come off the back. I'm running a 75-inch belt. It's a tiny bit loose. If I pinch this guy, you know, I mean, it's alright. I guess it'll stay on there, but I want to see if I can get a 74.5 on there. But you can see how it clears. I mean, I designed this turbo kit with none of this in mind, but my alternator, manual alternator setup over here kept kicking the belt. So if I can jam the 80 in there with there's still room for the alternator, we will see and see what I do from there. Otherwise, the other option would have been to get a LS1 alternator bracket that goes like down here. You drill the block and you put the LS1 bracket on, and then I would have redone most of the turbo kit. So, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. But I will fire this thing up, and the tune is a little rocky, so don't laugh if it doesn't start that great. But I'm sure you'll laugh anyway. It doesn't matter what I say. But I'll start this thing so you guys can hear the sound and maybe tell me, give me some insight. I think it's something to do with the starter or a flex plate, or it could be broken. It wasn't broken when I looked. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to talk some more. Start this thing. See if she'll idle. Still a little cold, and I have no idler control valve, so I have to hold the throttle a little. You hear that? Now what's funny is, I first started the car with no belt, no accessories, nothing. Just the crank pulley spinning. So that noise has nothing to do with the accessories. What's interesting is if I roll into the gas pedal, it goes away. If I let out of the gas pedal and I'm decelerating or coasting, it seems to get a little noisier than normal. So what I might try in the next couple days is I should get the 80mm tomorrow, so I don't know what I'll do is if I'll keep pushing this with this turbo and see how it does, or go right to starting the 80mm kit. I really can't start the 80 kit. I have to buy like this flange right here for the 80. It's going to be 5-inch downpipe, I think, so I have to measure everything and then order all shit. So it's kind of stupid to take this apart and start doing the 80 when I won't have the parts. So I'll try to get the parts by the weekend, and maybe I'll have to cut this kit up and move some shit around. You know, not totally looking forward to it, but at least the 80 will be in there. And I'll probably climb under this thing, and we'll pull the bolts out of the torque converter first and start the motor with the torque converter pulled away. If it doesn't make any noise, then it's something wrong with the tranny. The other thing I can do is, I guess when it's running, kind of dangerous, climb under there and start to loosen the starter bolts and lower the starter out of the way. Some people have told me the return spring on the starter will stop snapping back, and that'll rub slightly. I don't know. The only other thing is if the flex plate is cracked, which I just installed the flex plate, and we looked it over, and I didn't see anything wrong with it. Usually it's pretty damn obvious when there's a break in your flex plate, but I have done stupider things before, so I don't know what to say about that. I'll have to look at the flex plate again. If I am taking this off to do anything with the flex plate, I'm just going to buy SFI swap plate. I won't be playing with the stock flex plate anymore with this much power, because I'm only going to go up from 600 or so. And let me see what you guys think about that weird noise. It is, I don't know how good it comes up in the camera. Probably pretty good. This thing has a pretty good mic. I will see how it is on the video then. It's like a screeching, squealing, metal, circular noise, like rhythmic. It doesn't sound like, it's no knocking, no tapping, nothing. Like you can, if you get your ear like right on top of the motor, it sounds great. Like all the rockers. You can even hear the injectors clicking. There's nothing up with the bottom end. The oil pressure is good. It comes flying out of the turbo here. I guess I could put a pressure gauge on it somewhere, but nothing seems to be wrong. There's no glitter, nothing. It's pulling 18 inches of vacuum when it's warmed up. That's great. That's what all my motors when they were at their healthiest were doing, so I'm assuming that's fine. Like when the 4.8, when the bearings started to go, it was pulling 16 inches of vacuum. I'm assuming because of the drag on the crank, it just didn't have that free motion, but we'll see. I want to hear what you guys think about the squeaking noise. I drove it a bunch today with the belt set up, which was okay until the truck, you know, the truck pulley, idler pulley kicked it off. But my AutoZone had this and the belt, and we'll try maybe a 45. I mean, this is a long run, so it's going to flex, but it could be a little tighter, I guess. But if you make it too tight, it's going to kick anyway, I guess. We will see. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.